Tami, the cat burglar. I'm Melton, son of a carpenter. Daddy carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter. I get to make parables. And this parable is part of my Tami parable series about Tami, the no-armed Chinese fella. How did he get to be missing both arms? Brown nosing. His boss, Wu, of the Oriental streets, told him to stick his right arm into a wood chipper. And Tommy's always been blindly obedient. He's Chinese. He slowly fed that right arm into the wood chipper. The left arm saw what was going on, was shocked, and of course jumped off. That's a wise thing to do. You're an arm or anything that can be resembling an arm. See something bad happen to somebody at work, at school, at home. Now don't let it happen to you. Jump off. Now is this parable, which is also some called sugar check. Apparently high blood sugar is required, along with other stuff, to build a new set of eyes and a whole new body. It's something that the doctors can't talk about. This is your family's lifeline. Try to call me right now, 424-229-4140. Try to call me and make a video of whatever you get when you don't get me. All of these files and many others can be found along with 2009 through January 2018 Melton's imagery as 4x6 prints like these are, or were, or they had a background and I cut them out. They're photos, but they have to be prepared with something around them to keep the photo printer from cropping off the graphic art. The photo, the words. Tami, he got a promotion out of being blindly obedient. Don't count on that happening with you. He got a promotion and he's bossing a whole lot of folks around, but this parable is occurring. As Tommy's on his way home. He doesn't like to drive. He's got a nice car now. He's got a whole lot more money with that promotion. But it hurts his teeth to drive. All he's got is his mouth. And yeah, Dave, the street justice dentist, is Tommy's dentist. And yeah, he's on the wrong side of change, millennia in the making, by being part of the Great Wall of Evil. 266. So Tami he comes away from the dentist hurting worse. But let me get my Tami in real quick. He's on his unicycle, doesn't need his arms, because he doesn't have his arm. Doesn't need his handlebars. He doesn't need to drive a bicycle because he doesn't have his arm. He's got good balance. Always had good balance. And he's on his way home. And if you don't know, Chinese, the Orientals, they love cats and dogs. No, not as pets, as dinner. So when Tami sees this really big cat going across the street right in front of him, he turns down that alleyway and he starts to chase that cat. And yeah, he notices it running into a grandma's house. A grandma apparently has a cat door installed. And why would dogs, they go in the yard through the cat door. Well, why would you have a cat through the dog door? Why would you have a cat door? Because yes, Granny is feeds her cats very well, so they go out, but they come back in. And Tami is a little Oriental fellow, so he just gets caught up in the chase, and he follows that cat right through the kitty door. And yeah, he's got a dog door at home. He lost the dog before he met his girlfriend, and he didn't have anybody to feed the dog once he lost his arm. So yeah, he lost the dog, smelled up the porch for a while. Then the smell went away. He lost the dog. He still got the doggy door. So he goes through the doggy door because it's harder to get his key out of his pocket. He has to do a little dance. He's got it on a chain. Then he has to pick up the key and put it in the door. He just goes through the doggy door and he runs right through. He crawls right through that kitty door there. And before that cat can get out of the kitchen there, grabs a hold of it with his mouth. The tail. And he's on his way. Apparently a very quiet cat. And Granny's, aside from being a very good cook, can be kind of rough on the cat. Sits on it and wants the kit. Got a lot of cats, Grandma doesn't. So the cat's not complaining too much as Tommy's got it in his mouth. Yes, when he's hunting cats, like in the alleyway or something, he'll just kind of whap that cat against it, kind of knock him out. Against the side of a building or a fence or something. He sees Granny there, he doesn't want to do that there. The good thing is the cat doesn't say much. And Granny goes, "Mittens, is that you?" And Tami figures Mittens must be the cat, so he goes, because the cat's not answering. It's uncomfortable being held upside down by its tail. So Tami goes, "Meow, meow," and Grandma says, "Well, okay, Mittens, tomorrow you're going to the vet. You sound funny." And so, yeah, apparently Grandma's a little nearsighted, as well as being a little hard of hearing. Here's well enough to hear the meow. So Tami, scampers out of that kitten door again, cat door, kitty door. And his life as a cat burglar has begun. Yeah, he gets up on that unicycle, starts pedaling home. Well, you try meowing with a cat tail in your mouth. You're not going to sound like a regular cat. Starts rolling, and yes, the next house over is another grandma and grandpa. And they're sitting out on the porch, and the grandpa says, "Well, look at that. The circus must be in town." Tommy on a unicycle, cat in his mouth. And Grandma says, "Yeah, sure enough. I wonder if he juggles." "Oh, I can't do that." It's an ugly rumor that Milton Lip reading rumor started by that angry brunette across the street about telling the attractive blonde about me. Ugly rumor, I can read lips, I can't do that. Come see me. Now let me get this started. If it will start. Demon Laurie'S hatred is present in Eagle Rock today. literally stopping a lot lately. Literally stopping the damn computer. I'd come out in the morning, they'd be taunting. It's part of a repetitive thing. Those who use high-tech toys be taunting with the damn computer on. So I literally unplugged the computer at night, and they pitched a fit. Those who use high-tech toys. If you don't know what I mean by the Chinese streets, watch my parables about Tami, and you'll get a gist for it. You'll get an idea. So they literally stopped it lately. And it reminds me incredibly of that personal knife in the back. My sister from Louisiana. How does that affect you? I've been asking for Flight 93 checks for 9 years, as that bitch has been actively taking part in America's high-tech lifelines. You can't reach me, you can't reach a customer. It's worse than that. It's your family's lifeline. Try to call me right now. 424-229-4140. You're going to get a phone ringing, error message, busy signal. If you get to leave a message, I don't get it, so I can't get back to you. It may be boring, what you get, but it's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, police, paramedics. So it is America's Hijack Lifelines. Make that video, you got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed, and when you don't show up on the call records, well, the demon bitch does. That's your Hijack Lifeline. So if you see Laurie and Brady Bond, ask her. How do you reach Melton, your brother, by phone to taunt him about his Gates livelihood, his hijack lifeline, and his hijack religious expression? He should be building Jesus' immaculate house, but kind of religious censorship that puts someone named Hussein in the highest office in the world right after we got attacked by a whole lot of angry, violent, deadly Husseins. That kind of religious censorship, it's the reason, I lost my train of thought. It's the reason that you can't reach me. It's political, it's religious, it's business censorship. How do you reach that man to taunt him about his hijack religious expression? I think that's it. And why is your hatred of your brother, Laurie? And my family? That's our hijack lifeline. When we try to call him, we can't reach him. And you're an active participant. You're calling to taunt him. There's nothing wrong with your phone, Melton. We can reach you by phone. Whatever boring thing you get, that phone ring, error message, busy signal. If to leave a message, I don't get it. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring if your child or you or anyone in your family needs firemen, police, paramedics. And the next time you're calling up countless other customers and you get that, it's your Gates livelihood. So Gates and Microsoft can get the business in the computer industry. So Spectrum next door making that with their decibel law-breaking fleet next door. So they can get the business in the internet business, the cable business as well. Whatever line of work you're in, you can't reach me. That's America's Hijack Lifeline, our hijack commerce as well. So make that video, post that video, and you see Laurie, my sister, ask her, how do you reach Melton by phone? Do you have to call up the Hussein placers? They've got ties to the Mideast. Laurie and her gay husband do. How do you reach him to taunt him in that very personal way? When else will my child's lifeline, my family's lifeline, Laurie, not be allowed to work because of what you are actively taking part in? And why are you actively taking part in it? Get their reactions and post. Make that video. You can find my call logs with Laurie and the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints, the Adventist cult doctors. Oh, don't get me started on that. You can find my call logs and those who can reach me. Just reaching me, that's not a active participation. They get angry. They have a story to tell. Yeah, they're going to make the best check and post in 5. Flight 93, check and post in 5. Reports. We the people must be the reporters, check and post in 5 to do that. You got the time on your phone, you got the number dialed. When you can't reach me, you have no idea when else your family's lifeline won't be allowed to work. So you make that video, you post that video. And these folks here being very active with their high-tech toys. Corrupt California cowardly cops. Not doing their job. Call them up to a man, to a woman. What do you know about this man? If they don't know what a Flight 93 check is, you direct them to www.christcomplexlinks.blogspot.com. Oh, good folks across America, good cops, good military, good reporters. You get their numbers, home phones, cell phones, work phones, and you call them up and you ask, what do you know about Melton? Stone Cold Melton, one and only, John Melton Brady. What do you know about our lifelines being hijacked if we try to call them? If they don't know what a Flight 93 check is, there are 9 years of Flight 93 check requests and not one call to me. Not any certified or non-certified mail. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Not one bit of mail about the 93 checks, about these Tami parables, about that Osama, or about any of my attention-getting parables. Call them up, ask them, what do you know about this? Why are you taking part in active harassment techniques in Eagle Rock? Get their reaction, you post. Whatever they get, whatever they tell you, if they don't know what a Flight 93 check after me asking for 9 years in their state, they're involved or they're incompetent. You get them weighing in, not just the cops, any officials out here in California. Mayors, governors, senators. Check and post department, of course, get every reporter, not covering a story that is much better than most of the fake news they cover. All of the fake news they cover. That's America's lifeline being hijacked. It's PhoneGate. It is much worse than Watergate. This affects America's lifeline. Document that. Make that video. Whoever's in the room there with you, their phone, their family's lifeline not working. Check and post in 5. And yes, call up the cops of California. Not doing anything about that decibel law breaking stuff, or those on hand with high-tech toys. Ask them, what do you know about this? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work? Get their reactions posed. Come see me in person. Have we'll travel. All good cops across America as you do that. Come out here for your stings. Just simply ask California's cops about, or ask around about Melton. Stone Cold Melton, watch them come out of the woodwork to tell you lies about the one and only, introduce you to impersonators. Document that with sting equipment, professional sting equipment, or your phone. It makes an audio, it makes a video. And while you're out here, have Whitwood Travel show me the perfect place to build. Aside from rebuilding my eyes here, perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. You're not afraid of those folks with guns on their hips they shouldn't be wearing? Badges on their chest they don't deserve to wear. Protect your citizens who come out here to California by looking over their shoulders in that way. Put their numbers on the backs of 5s, check and post in 5. Via speakerphone with them.